So I'm going to lead you through today a little bit of a flow practice. And we're going to finish off our practice with about 15 minutes of Yoga Nidra. Now, if you're not familiar with what Yoga Nidra is, it's basically a little guided meditation of sorts that'll take you into like a sleep state. Although you'll still kind of be aware of what's going on around you and hopefully hear my voice. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. I also do encourage you, if you have props, I'm just going to use a couple blocks today. So have those handy, and then a blanket for the end of the practice for our Yoga Nidra portion. All right, so let's go ahead and get started on our back. So lying down in Shavasana, or possibly maybe you want your knees bent here. Either one is fine. And I just want you to start to focus on the breath. Become aware of your breath. Just coming in and out of your nose. And just start to count how many times or how many seconds it takes you to take a nice deep breath in. And then how long it takes you to exhale the breath out. So find that constantness, the constant with the breath here, the evenness. And pretty soon the breath just becomes a little more fluid because you're inhaling and exhaling at the same pace. Taking a few more rounds, just letting the body settle into your space. And returning to your natural breath. And then go ahead and reach the arms up over the head. And just stretching out the body, so maybe your low back even kind of comes off the mat here. Let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Start to rock side to side gently. Maybe kind of roll the ankles a little. All right, and then coming back to stillness, knees still kind of hugging in, and I'm going to let go of them. So bring the arms up above the head, and we'll interlace the fingers and bring the hands behind the head here. All right, so I decided, let's do a little bit of core before we kind of get started with the rest of our practice. So let's go ahead and take the left leg and extending it long on your mat. And if you can, keep it lifted. If you can, maybe the legs just here. Taking a nice inhale. Let's go ahead and lift up the shoulders and the head. And then start to bring that elbow in towards the knee. And then we'll just switch. So this is a very modified version. If you're shaking, that's totally fine. If you want to take this a step further, maybe your both legs are elevated and you're slowly moving through some yogic bicycles. So either one. All right, we'll do a couple more on each side. All right, one more on each side. Good. Go ahead and slowly release the hands up above the head, stretching the whole body out. This time bringing the knees in, and we'll grab behind the legs and start to rock and roll yourself up. And we're going to come to a tabletop pose. And I'll go ahead and face you guys so you can see what is happening here. All right, so nice tabletop, nice flat back. Let's go ahead and drop the belly down, lift the heart. And then exhale, start to round the spine, tuck the chin. Taking a nice deep breath in, again, lifting up the heart. And then exhale, start to round to that cat spine. Again, one more time, inhale. And exhale the breath out. All right, inhaling back to neutral. Let's take our right foot and we're gonna extend it out to the right side. Let me move the block out of the way for a moment. All right, just kind of extending the leg over to the right. We're gonna walk ourselves all the way up to a high kneel, reaching the arms all the way up. Nice deep breath in as we start to tip over to the right. So arm comes down. Let's go ahead and lift on over. Good, inhale back to center. Then we'll take our arm all the way down to the mat beside us, reaching up and over. Perfect, then we'll kind of swoop back down, bringing your hands back to center, leg back to center. And we'll do the same with the left. Take the left arm all the way over to the left leg all the way over to the left side. Arms reach up. And then we'll start to tip over to the left. Good, inhale back to center, reaching tall as we start to drift down over to the right side. All right, good, back towards the center. Coming back to that tabletop pose. And again, we'll do one more round of cat-cows. Inhale, lift the belly, or drop the belly, lift the heart. And then exhale, start to press away. All right, as we come back to neutral, again, cow pose. And then we'll tuck the toes under, start to lift the hips up, downward facing dog. Take a few moments here to pedal the feet out, just moving and bending each side at a time. Perfect. All right. Coming back to stillness, bringing the toes together. Let's inhale, reach that right heel all the way up. And as you exhale, we're going to step it all the way up to the top of the mat. Good. We can have the blocks handy here. I actually prefer them when we're in this position, just to kind of lift the chest a little higher. So as you can see here, my knee is right above the ankle. Finding some length all the way to the heel. All right, take another deep breath. Let's go ahead, step the feet together at the top of the mat. Coming into a forward fold. Again, blocks are handy here if you need them. If not, just gonna move them out of the way. Inhale, halfway lift. Again, exhale and fold. Let's rise all the way up to stand. And I'm sorry you can't see me too well, but I'll exhale, bring the hands to the heart. All right, deep breath in as we reach the arms up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's step it back to plank. And then we'll lower down to chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. But inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. I'm actually going to switch myself to the other side so you can see me better. All right, take a deep breath in. Bring those heels together, lifting up the left leg. Taking the foot, stepping it forward. Again, bringing those blocks into the picture. Taking a few breaths here. All right, one big step all the way up to the top of your mat. Good, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, fold it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant the hands. Step it back to your plank. Take your vinyasa here, lowering either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale back, downward facing dog. Taking a few inhales and exhales, reaching those heels down towards the earth. Maybe paddling the feet a little bit more. Go ahead, inhale up the heels, bend the knees, and make your way up to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Inhale all the way up to stand. Reach those arms up high. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good, let's reach up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and plant the hands. Take it back and then lower down to the mat. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhaling up the right leg. Exhale, step it forward. And again, you can use the blocks here. I'm actually not going to use them because I'm going to come on up. So bring your arms up to a crescent lunge. Lifting up that lower belly. Lifting up the chest as we reach up. Good. Let's go ahead and open to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel it down. Come back to your plank pose. And then lower down, vinyasa. Inhale, lift the heart. And then exhale, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. All right, inhaling up the left leg. Stepping it forward with the exhale. And then bring yourself up with that inhale, crescent lunge. Wonderful. Let's go ahead and open to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, cartwheel it down, step back to plank. This time lowering to the knees, bringing the big toes to touch, and finding a child's pose. Go ahead and let yourself rest here for a few breaths, allowing your chest, your belly to soften into the mat, bringing the forehead down. And this could be one where you use that block. If it's kind of too much on your shoulders, you can always kind of make a little pillow with your hands. One thing I learned today is if you're going through some things, that if you smile here, no one's gonna know. You can just have your own little private happy fest down in child's pose. You can smile, but probably can tell that I am just because of the way I'm talking, but anyway, you know, if you're feeling kind of down, just go ahead and give it a try. All right, I'm going to reach my fingertips a little further forward, then walk them all the way off my mat over to the right side. All right, come back to center, and then we'll take them all the way over to the left. All right, back to center. And then go ahead, slowly come on up. Bring yourself back to that tabletop pose. We'll do a 1 cat-cow. Drop the belly down, lift the gaze, lift the heart. Exhale, press away. Bring yourself back to neutral. Nice flat back. Again, we'll tuck the toes under, lift the hips. Downward facing dog. Let's just take a few moments here, a few breaths. Finding that length. Go ahead and bring the toes together, inhaling up the right leg. Exhale, step it all the way up to the top of your mat. Again, we're going to find our way to that crescent lunge. So take your time lifting up here. Maybe it's just a gentle lift. You take your time so you're not necessarily, getting all wobbly. It might be better to kind of move the feet apart. You just take whatever few moments that you need. We'll reach those arms up high when you're ready. All right, let's go ahead, bring the hands to the heart center. Okay, and then slowly start to bow in. And if you can, maybe placing those blocks near your foot. We're gonna slowly start to hinge and float that leg up. We'll see why we need the blocks in a moment, so taking maybe one more breath here. And then drop your hands to those blocks. Walk the blocks back towards your foot. You might have to move them an inch. And then drop the head down, just coming into a standing split. Perfect. Let's go ahead and drop the foot back to crescent lunge. You can move the blocks for now. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, open warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down to that side angle pose. So finding yourself in it with a bent knee maybe. Reach the arm up and over the ear. Go ahead and cartwheel the hands down to the mat, coming up on the back toe. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come into a variation of side plank, but first step back to plank. And we're going to shift to the right side. Now what I want you to do with your left side, and then we're going to take our right foot, step it up, kind of creating this little kickstand. We're still up on the side, that razor edge of the other foot. Now this is a good one for a block if you want to kind of bring the ground a little closer. Now inhale, bring the arm up, maybe over the ear. Excellent. All right, go ahead and step, putting the foot back onto the toes, step back to your plank, and then take your vinyasa here, lower down. Inhale, heart lifts. And then exhale, down dog. And just come back to that breath. All right, let's go ahead and bring the toes together, inhaling up that left leg. Exhale, step it forward. And again, finding that space between the feet, your footing, and then lifting up to our crescent lunge. Nice. All right. So again, we're going to bring the hands to the heart, and again, have those blocks maybe near the top of your mat. Okay, we're going to float up the right toes. Just maybe for another breath. And then when you're ready to exhale, release your hands to your blocks and walk the blocks back towards your foot. Try to point these toes down towards the mat. All right, go ahead, release it back. We'll move those blocks out of the way. Bring yourself up to a crescent lunge. Let's open a warrior two. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, extended side angle pose. Find some length here. Find that rotation in the spine, in our trunk. All right, bringing yourself down to the mat. Again, coming up on the back toe. Let's go ahead and step back to plank first. All right, so this time coming onto the right side. This time the left foot is going to come into that tripod position. I'm also going to use a block again for this. All right, let's bring the ground a little closer, reach it up. All right, nice. Go ahead and step the foot back to your plank. Lower down to the mat. And inhale, lift the heart. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Good, just take a few breaths. All right, let's go ahead and lift up those heels. Bend our knees, make our way up to the top of our space. Take a few steps if you need to. Let's widen the feet. Maybe hips distance or a little further. Sink back. Kind of bring your weight a little forward onto the balls of the feet. And maybe straighten the legs a teeny bit. Blocks can be used here or maybe just grabbing elbow to elbow. Let your head hang. Maybe your arms hang. And just let everything just kind of move and sway. Slowly bring yourself back to stillness if you're moving. We'll heel toe the feet back in. Let's slowly rise all the way up to stand. Arms will sweep above the head. And then bring the hands to the heart. Good. Just kind of come here for a few breaths. Relaxing the face, the body. All right, let's go ahead and bring the arms up again. Reach it tall. We'll bring the hands back to the heart, just kind of taking a few breaths, a few little bit of movements. And step your feet so they're maybe about hips distance. Lift off kind of the toes up, kind of look down, and then place all the feet back, all of your 2 feet back down on the ground. All right. And I want you to start to lift up the heel of the left foot. And as we do that, we're just going to lift it up towards maybe like where our knee is. So the knee's kind of lifted up here. Then we're slowly going to start to hinge forward. So similar to that warrior 3 we did a few minutes ago. So extending that leg back, really engaging. Now this is a perfect one for a block if you want to use it. You want to grab a block while you're here and place it in front of your foot. And then slowly start to open up to the side. Now just take your time. We're going to find our way to half moon. Perfect. And if you even want to, see if you can grab onto the foot. Maybe coming into a little sugar cane. the leg if you have it. We're gonna step the foot back, warrior two. Awesome, guys. And hopefully you'll be feeling doing this like a lot of work right now. All right, reaching those arms out again, extending out, warrior two. Let's go ahead, straighten out the front leg, lengthen forward. Again, good block movement here. Missing a block by the leg, opening up to triangle pose. All right, let's go ahead and add a bend back into the front leg. Back to that warrior two for a moment and reverse it. Good, cartwheel the arms all the way down to your mat. Coming up on that back toe, hand plants, left hand plants, lift the right arm up. Good, bring the hand down. Let's go ahead, step all the way up to the top of the mat. Inhale, slowly rise. Arms. So again, just gonna take a moment, find your footing. Find your feet connected, all four corners connected to your mat. All right, lifting all 10 of the toes up. And then again, once again, reaching up, lifting those arms as we inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. This time the right heel comes up, off your mat. And then we'll start to lift up the leg. It's almost like we're standing like a flamingo right here. Right. And then slowly sending that leg back, coming into your warrior three. So then if you have that block handy, again, maybe you have a good side and a bad side. This is my bad side. So take your time, start to rotate open. Coming into your half moon. All right, drop it back to warrior two. Excellent. Let's straighten out the front leg. Lengthen yourself forward. Triangle pose. Again, block if you have it handy. Not, that's okay too. Let's go ahead and reach the fingertips apart as we open the body. Good, bending into that front leg. Warrior two pose. Let's reverse, stretching out the side body. Exhale, take it all the way down. Planting that right hand. Lift the left arm up. Go ahead, bring the hand down. Step back to plank this time. And exhale to downward facing dog. So we're going to start to slow down our practice here. So first we're going to do is just kind of lower all the way down. So first shifting to that plank that we were in and lower all the way down to our belly. We're going to do a little bit of back bend, heart opener. So just release maybe your forehead or your side of the head all the way down. Arms come back. And we'll just take a few moments here. All right, so go ahead and start to zip the legs up. And what I mean is really bringing them close together like someone has a zipper between your pants, between your legs. We'll bring the forehead to center. Let's go ahead and interlace the fingers at the low back. All right, at our next inhale, go ahead and lift the legs, pull back. Lift the chest, lift up your heart. All right, exhale, slowly release. Maybe the opposite cheek finds the mat. As you release the arms down to your sides. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. Zipping up those legs. We'll intertwine the fingers again, low back. Bring the forehead to center, and then inhale, bring yourself up. And then slowly exhale, release. Go ahead and kind of make a little pillow with our hands. Bend the knees here, windshield wiper the legs. Okay, perfect. Now to get into the next pose, there's a couple different variations. I'm just going to show you the one that we normally do in class. All right, so coming back up to downward facing dog. Let's inhale up the right leg. And then we're going to bend the knee, bring it in towards the right wrist, and we're going to rest the shin on the mat, walking those left toes back and relaxing the leg. So this is like a half pigeon. If ideally, just try to move your ankle over to the left, towards the left wrist. It doesn't go there, that's okay. And I'm going to take a block here and actually support myself, because I know when I fold down, I have a tendency to kind of move to one side. So when you're ready, and if you have another block, you can always bring that in here as well, and kind of rest the forehead down on it. Go ahead and bring yourselves up to our hands. You have a block underneath you, supporting you. Just kind of move that to the side for the moment. I'm going to roll over to my right hip. And as I do that, I'm going to take my left leg and swing it around. So just kind of finding a little pretzel twist with my legs. Okay. And I'm going to grab a hold of my knee with my right arm. And just take my left hand behind me, just coming in for a little twist. So sitting up nice and tall here, twisting over to the left. Perfect. Do a little counter twist. So just take your body, leaving the legs where they are. Over now to the right side, bowing down. And here is a little thing that I did. I think I did it during my teacher training, if I remember. So actually from this little counter twist, start to turn your body completely around and come back to your downward facing dog. So kind of unraveling the body. We'll take that right leg again, we'll bring it up all the way, bend the knee, open up the hip, like you're almost kicking your butt. You want to roll the hip out a little bit. Good. Let's go ahead and bring it down to the mat, coming back to downward facing dog. All right, inhaling up the left leg, taking the knee in towards the left wrist. And maybe this side's completely different. It kind of is for me. But I'm still going to take that block and support myself. And block for my forehead as well. And then finding that resting pose. Onto our hands, just gently moving those props to the side. Perfect. Coming onto that left hip now, this time swinging the right leg around. Finding that twisted pretzel. We'll take the left arm and wrap it around the knee as we twist to now the right side. Do a little counter twist, take yourself over, back, over to the left now, bowing in. Going to do, unravel your legs, grab one of your blocks. We're going to come all the way down to the back. Okay. And once you've settled in, you kind of have the feet on the mat, knees are bent. And first we're just going to bring the hands to the sides. Let's lift up to bridge. So just taking your hips up as you inhale. Maybe the shoulders kind of roll underneath. Really squeezing the glutes. Gently release it down. Letting the back feel the neutralness on the mat, the spine, feeling some length. All right, so this is when we grab our block. We're actually going to do that again. This time, I'll let you choose. Either if you have a block or you're using a book or something like that, you can place the block either at this middle height or the lower. And again, we're lifting the hips up here. Place the blocking underneath and letting the hips just rest. And you can again still roll the shoulders underneath a little bit. Allow the legs to be parallel to each other. Toes facing forward. a block from underneath the back. Bring those knees gently into the chest, allowing a little rocking side to side. And then we'll gently drop the hips or drop the knees over to the right side. Take the arms out to a T, gazing over to the left. Bring the legs back to center, and just drop them all over to the left side, gazing over to the right. Go ahead and bring yourself back to center. Take a few more breaths here. Walking the feet out, allow the knees to fall in to each other, placing the hands on the belly, and just letting the breath come in and out. Now I want you to just kind of in the next few moments start to transition yourself and get yourself comfortable for the Yoga Nidra portion of the class. So I recommend, obviously, if you're comfortable enough laying down on your back in Shavasana, grab the blanket that I asked you to get at the beginning of the class and get yourself comfortable, like laying down on your back. And I'll start to guide you through the process. All right, so prepare for the practice of Yoga Nidra. Whatever that happens to be. If you have a bolster or pillows or anything, you're welcome to use that as well. And come into a position that will allow your body to remain comfortably still for about 15 minutes. That's really all we got here, but it'll feel great, believe me. And if you're lying down, just take the time to align your body. Lengthening across the spine. And center your head atop your spine as well. And it can be helpful to create a stretch in the back of the neck, so wobbling the head ever so slightly from side to side. To make sure the weight of the head is supported fully by the prop that's underneath it if you have something under your head. This is the time to notice the comfort level of your body. You may wish to have something under your knees, and this will ease the low back. Maybe a rolled blanket or a mat if you have one. And just make sure that if anything is under your head, that it's soft enough. So sometimes, again, if you wanted to fold your mat even over once, just to offer a little support or using that extra blanket. And if you happen to have a bolster and you decided to make a bolster ramp to support your upper body, just make sure that the point where your body is coming off the bolster ramp is supported as well. So it really feels comfortable on your lower back. And again, just notice your comfort level. And is there anything distracting you, like a belt or tight jewelry, glasses and hair bands? If you notice these items, just remove them or loosen them up. And now settle your gaze. Either closing the eyes, the eyelids, or just meeting. Maybe bringing an eye pillow or letting the eyelids become heavy, even if the eyes are open. Letting the awareness turn inward. Soften the jaw by parting the teeth ever so slightly, even if your lips are closed. And notice with that soft eyes, soft jaw, invites relaxation to begin. Yoga Nidra is optimally practiced in stillness. However, if you need to make an adjustment at any time, do so with the least amount of effort. And then return to stillness and return to your practice. Follow your breath now. Breathing in and breathing out. Each time you exhale, invite your body to soften and settle into the support you have created for it, a sense of letting go. Continuing to make any micro adjustments that will make your posture just right. And again, becoming aware of your breath, moving in and out of your body. Feel how your body is being supported. And notice how the legs are being supported. The arms, the trunk, the head. Feel the whole body supported. Then settle into stillness. Say mentally, I am practicing Yoga Nidra. I will stay present and aware for the entire practice. Listen to the sounds around you and let your awareness move in a circle, picking out sounds in all directions. Listen for sounds outside of this room, sounds inside of this room, sounds close to or inside your body. Then start to disconnect from those distractions of the outer world. Now is the time in our practice where we come into a sankalpa. Repetition of a short positive statement expressing a goal specifically made for you. Allow something to drift into your mind and repeat it 3 times to yourself. If nothing comes to mind at this time, just take a moment to look or listen within and discover. Now begins the rotation of awareness through the body's parts. And as each part is named, focus on it by feeling sensations in it, mentally repeating its name or picturing it in your mind. Starting on the right side, be aware of the right hand, thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, underarm, right side of the trunk, right hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Now the left side. Thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, little finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, lower arm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, underarm, left side of the trunk, left hip, thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, heel, instep, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Stay awake and bring attention to the top of the head, forehead, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, eyebrow center, right eye, left eye, right ear, left ear, right cheek, left cheek, nose, lips, tongue, and jaw, front of the neck, right collarbone, left collarbone, hollow between, right chest, left chest, heart center, upper abdomen, navel center, lower abdomen, pelvis, buttocks, lower back, middle back, upper back, right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, whole spine, back of the head, top of the head. Stay awake and be aware of the whole right side, whole right leg, whole left leg, whole right arm, whole left arm, trunk, neck, head. Be aware of both legs, both arms, the trunk, the neck, the head. Be aware of the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Stay aware, stay present, and bring awareness to the breath. Be aware of the breath coming in and out of the body. Concentrate this awareness in the abdomen, the flow of the breath in the abdomen. On the inhalation, the abdomen gently expands, and on the exhalation, it softens. Follow the flow of this breath. Stay with the breath in the abdomen and begin counting back from 18 like this. Breathe in 18, breathe out 18. In 17, out 17. And so on, counting backwards. If the count is lost or 0 is reached, start again at 18 and count backwards. Awareness is on the breath and the counting. Stay with the practice. Stay awake. Keep counting back from 18. Breath in the abdomen. Now let go of counting. Let go of counting and let the breath flow freely. It is now the time of in your practice to repeat your sankalpa. Using the same wording as before, please repeat your sankalpa 3 times mentally to yourself. If you are unable to discover a sankalpa at the beginning of the practice, maybe try looking or listening inward just once more. Listen for the sounds of your breath, the sounds of your belly, your body, and becoming aware of any sounds that are close to you. Now extend your awareness and listen for more distant sounds. Any sounds that you can hear. Remember the room that you're in. Remember the walls, the shape of the room and what's in the room, objects and colors. The floor, where the door is, and remember your position in the room. Picturing yourself practicing Yoga Nidra. Feel the sensations of the breath moving in and out of your body. Feel what's touching your body and feel the air on your skin, the warmth and texture of the clothing or blankets. Feel how your body is supported, the position that you're in, and feel the weight of your body in contact with that support. Start to deepen the breath into the body. Begin to deepen the breath, moving your body from the inside. Feel your awareness becoming present in this space and this moment. And say to yourself silently, this practice of Yoga Nidra is now complete. Start to move, wiggle your fingers and toes, and continue to listen to your body and begin to move and stretch and whatever you need to do to release your body from stillness. Letting the body become enlivened. Maybe stretching, yawning, and over the next minute you'll be making your way up to a seat. And to do so, you may want to bend your knees at some point and either hug your knees into your chest or feet on the floor and gently sway the knees from side to side. completely releasing the spine. The movement may take you over to one side, or maybe you rock and roll to sitting, whichever feels better for you. And whether you find yourself sitting again, turn to face the camera, closing the eyes, and then bringing them to a soft gaze once more. And take the time to establish your seat, connecting the roots to the earth. And then once you are steady, settle into awareness of the breath. And let the breath be your guide to observe the effects of this practice on your physical body, on your state of mind, and your energy. Let's go ahead and inhale the hands to heart center. We're going to take one breath in, and then the second breath will be for Om. So first taking that deep breath, exhaling it out your mouth. Deep breath in for Om. Thank you for sharing your energy and your practice with me this afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your day and rest of your week. Let's bring the thumb knuckles up to the third eye, center of the forehead. The divine light in me honors the divine light in each of you. And together we bow. Namaste. All right, thank you so much everyone that joined in, that stuck around. So have a great rest of your day, and then check back on the channel on this page for some more videos, hopefully to come this week. And other than that, thanks so much. I'll see you next time.